And I'll ask you, what do you think is really standing in the way of having these, these well-oiled machines, these updated processes? Why are contractors having such a hard time developing the system of bringing people in and doing the work effectively? What is the culprit here?
It's two things. One, it's time.
Ah,
Everyone's too busy. Like because you don't have some of these processes working for you, you're now working 80 hours a week in the business to keep up with everything. So you're
hmm
like, where the hell do I have time to ever improve? You kind of like have this self-fulfilling prophecy happening for you. And the other one, which I think is actually a little bit more real, is there's quite an adversity to sitting down and actually doing it properly. And the
hmm
reason is I've seen this now as a pattern with most entrepreneurs. Most people who start businesses are not great process builders. They have it all in here, they get
yeah,
it, but it's not their natural thing to pull it down and put it down on paper in a methodical way that other people will understand. They have their own way of thinking, right?
hmm hmm
So it's very challenging for them to be like, you know what, like I could just go like drive my cruise tomorrow, or I could take the time to build this out properly and show them. It's just it's a different way to think. It's a different way to spend time.
Yeah, and I imagine that could be quite difficult too when you have the fires that have to be put out, when you have customers calling you on the phone, emailing you at 11 o'clock at night saying, "Where the heck are you guys?" There really, it goes back to that time thing. There is no time to develop these things.
Yeah, often. I mean, and I shouldn't give that too much credit because it turns into more of an excuse than a fact over time. And
hmm
it's not to say that there's not times of the year where that's absolutely a fact. I think a lot of us, especially those who are just seasonal, you'll hit your May to August timeframe where like it's we used to call it May mayhem, right? It was just
hmm
nuts.
Yeah,
But it's not like it's ever going to be impossible. So it's not going to be impossible forever, right? Like I look at people, it's like, you know what, you're 2 years into business, 3 years into business, whatever it is, maybe you're 20 years into business. There is going to be space for this if you allow it. Just like there's going to be space for you to take a vacation, just like there's going to be space for you to really do whatever you want. But if you don't preemptively plan it, it's very easy to let that time slip by in the moment.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I agree with that. I think that the the idea of not having enough time is I mean, it's a little bit of a myth. I think it's a little bit of a crutch. I think everybody fills up their time. They make choices, and in reality, I feel like we have a long time. We have a long career ahead of us, especially those of us who are early in our careers. But to those who are later in their careers, you have had a long time to figure a lot of this stuff out. The question is, why haven't you?